Give me a double shot of whammy. In the wake of the assassination of Benazir Bhutto and the shocking drop in oil inventories and the craziness of the stock market and the subprime mortgage mess and the recession to come and or depression. The day is coming for $100 a barrel oil. We could be only weeks away from hitting that mark. But I also think we could hit $150 a barrel in 2008. Very possible. And that's not the only milestone. The oil markets will shatter next year. In 2008, the world will consume oil at a rate of more than 1,000 barrels per second. Yes, per second. According to the International Energy Agency, IEA, global oil demand will average 87.8 million barrels per day next year, up from 85.7 million in 2007. That's an average consumption rate of 1,016 barrels of oil per second. It's almost impossible to visualize. I think we've hit the point of no return, and it's about to get even worse. You see, the U.S. is by far the world's largest oil consumer, burning more than 7.5 billion barrels per year. We import 2/3 of the oil we consume. The world is consuming over 173 billion barrels of oil every 2.5 years. At the same time, we find enough new oil to replace 3% of that. So, just to stay even over the next decade or so, we're going to have to find a few more Saudi Arabias. And that's not very likely, is it? As we saw yesterday, or the day before, a terrorist attack is enough to send an already tight and nervous oil market higher. But there is another fundamental force that will push the price of oil a lot higher, even without a catastrophe like the Bhutto assassination. And that is, there's no more cheap and abundant oil to be discovered. These are peak oil years. Look at what's happening within the oil industry. A couple months ago, the financial news service, Bloomberg, reported on a crisis in big oil that'll forever change the way you get and use energy. According to Bloomberg, in as little as 16 years or less, companies like Exxon and ConocoPhillips may no longer exist. Here's a short excerpt from the report. There's a steady liquidation of the world oil industry. Exxon is buying back about $30 billion of its shares each year. If that continues, Exxon will have repurchased all its stock by about 2024 or sooner. In fact, the big five, Exxon, Chevron, BP, ConocoPhillips, and Royal Dutch Shell, are spending more on stock buybacks than they are on finding new oil. This raises the question, with oil trading near $100 a barrel and demand soaring, why aren't these companies investing every penny they have exploring for more oil? I think you know the answer. Perhaps Canadian oil sands will help a lot. But nonetheless, these are peak oil years. petroleum, it's not going to work. We have to find another way to power the world. And fast, quickly. ASAP. What happens? Suppose, for instance, if there's another terrorist attack on American soil on the order of 911, or worse, what happens if world commerce or world shipping is shut down? Very, very bad news for this country and the whole world. Yes, it's coming. A prophecy still to come.